Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So in this one here, I actually want to talk about a bit of an update that we got. Actually, it's a pretty big update for the Rick and Michonne TV show, so I want to actually get into some details there, as well as also talk about the ratings a little bit for The Walking Dead. I figured that I would sort of throw that in this video just because I don't really like to spend a lot of time talking about the ratings because it doesn't really, I mean, they matter. The ratings do definitely matter, but because we don't have all the info on the ratings, it almost doesn't really matter, right? Because most people watch on AMC Plus now. A lot of people don't watch on cable anymore. Like, I would actually like to know what the percentage is of the total viewers for The Walking Dead, or the percentage of like cable watchers anyways, compared to the total amount of views that The Walking Dead does get, because it's been getting lower every single year. Obviously, like if you've been following the ratings at all, you sort of see that every single year the ratings have been dropping. But I saw a stat somewhere. Actually, I think I did a video on it. I think it was in relation to some of the stuff that was happening with AMC and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure this year or last year, it was something like 700,000 people around there or something got rid of cable because they watch TV and I guess television shows, movies and stuff, you know, on streaming services now. And the year before it was like 600,000 or something like that. So again, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like that. So it just kind of seems like, yeah, every single year, more and more people are getting rid of cable. And so that's why to me, the ratings overall don't really matter anymore. But I do actually want to talk about it because there's actually some good news when it comes to the ratings, at least for the final episode of The Walking Dead. So before we go any further, obviously make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get more Walking Dead content like this. The content is going to be slower for the next, like, what, month and a half or something like that. I will be doing a video a day, basically, and yeah, it's going to be like that for a little bit. Once we get some news and stuff, obviously I'll do a video immediately. In January, so about a month from now, we're probably going to get a lot more info and stuff on Dead City, on Fear the Walking Dead, and obviously the Rick and Michonne show. So we'll have a lot more to talk about in January. Right now, though, I'm just sort of enjoying the holidays, to be honest, and I'll do stuff here and there and just kind of, you know, just kind of doing stuff in my own life and whatnot. And it's been pretty relaxing. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm just kind of focusing on that. But obviously, I'm still going to be doing this here and whatnot. So I'd figure I'd take a little bit of a break or step back a little bit. Don't do the 2 to 3 videos a day. Just focus on one video a day. Yeah, I mean, The Walking Dead just ended, right? That was like 2 or 3 months of craziness there. So as soon as the new year rolls around, things will get back to normal and whatnot. But anyways, let's actually talk about this here. So I got this news here from @AndyLincolnNews, who obviously, like, at this point, you really just can't doubt this account. Like, this account has a lot of awesome info, a really great insider into what's actually happening with the Walking Dead universe. I guess more specifically focusing on Rick anyways and Andrew Lincoln. And we got a pretty big filming update here. And that is that Andrew Lincoln, I know some people were tagging me in some stuff online and saying that Andrew Lincoln was in New Jersey. Apparently the reason was because he was scouting locations and stuff for the Rick and Michonne television show. And now filming is going to start in February of 2023. So it's been pushed off a month. I mean, I guess it depends. Like they could have been planning to film at the end of January, and now they pushed it off to the first week of February, right? So yeah, you know, I don't know what the overall reason is here. I don't know what the overall reason is for them pushing it off for a week. I mean, it could be to do with the story issue. It could be timing in terms of wanting to film in certain locations. Maybe they went to New Jersey and they figured that, no, this isn't the right place. Let's go somewhere else. Or maybe they found certain places. I do find it kind of cool, though, that Andrew Lincoln did go. Like, maybe he's done that in the past. I have no idea. This is just kind of the first time I've heard of it. But I actually really like that. I think that's really cool to have one of your lead actors actually go there to scout locations and stuff like that. I think it really shows how involved he is in this. And I'm very excited for that. I really can't wait. You know, they are filming, or I'm guessing they're going to be filming in New Jersey. Like, maybe they're not at all, but if they are, I'm guessing they're using the same crew, right, from Dead City. So that's a little interesting just because obviously that show is wrapped up. And it's kind of interesting just to see the production side of things when you focus on elements like that, like using the same crew, they're working in similar locations, this and that. And I actually think just story-wise, it kind of says a lot too. Obviously, based off of the timeline and the story and stuff, it might not really overall matter. But both shows, Dead City and the Rick and Michonne show, seem to be filming in New Jersey. I know that Dead City filmed in New Jersey for the first episode, and I think maybe other episodes, but I know they're filming a lot in New York. I didn't follow it completely, so I apologize if I'm wrong about that, but I know that the first episode, I saw some people saying that anyways. So similar locations, right, for both shows. That's kind of cool when considering that Daryl Dixon, that show is going to be filming in France, right? Which, again, I kind of feel like for the actors as well, like thinking of Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus, you know, like, you know that they want to do a scene one day where both of those characters reunite. It's just sort of a matter of when. And I know some people are theorizing that, maybe Dead City somehow ends in a way where that show can basically transition into the Rick and Michonne show, and then you focus on the Daryl Dixon show, and that's going to end in a way where, he ends up on the Rick and Michonne show at some point in one of those episodes. I just don't see that, simply because I think Dead City and the Daryl Dixon show are going to be multiple seasons. Obviously, the Rick and Michonne show has a really strong possibility there. There's a big story there, but they have to renew it, and they have to kind of come out and say that. And as of now, they sort of have a plan. So we'll see how things progress. We'll see where things go, right? I know fans are going to be too excited though. Like, as soon as we get that trailer at Comic-Con, as soon as we're watching the show, episode 1, once we get through all those episodes, people are going to want more and more and more, because we just kind of celebrated the end, right? Like, we just kind of celebrated the end of The Walking Dead. It would be weird to, like, in a year from now, be celebrating the end of Rick and Michonne's story, right? Like, just to be celebrating the end that much, I think at that point, people really, and I mean really, are going to want a season 2. So we'll have to wait and see. There's going to be a huge demand for it. I mean, I'm seeing it everywhere online. Most of the comments that I see, and I mean, like, most of the comments that I see regarding that is like, well, I'm not expecting this show to go on for 5 or 6 seasons, but it has to have more than one season for sure. So yeah, it's going to be a weird situation. Like, if one season is the only thing that is overall planned, I know that's what they announced out there, and I know that there's some sources saying that no, there's going to be more than one season, but who knows? Like, what if it actually is only 6 episodes and that actually is what it is? What if they just say no to any sort of renewal? It's going to feel weird, right? It's going to feel weird to get those 6 episodes, to be that excited about it, and then it's just kind of over after. So whatever ends up happening, I'm overall fine with it. I just want a proper ending to Rick and Michonne's story where it feels deserved. And I think more than that, I want an overall ending to the Walking Dead story in terms of Maggie and Negan's story, Carol, Daryl, Rick and Michonne, the reunion with all of them. I want a proper ending with Morgan and Dwight as well. I want them to go back somehow. I just want a proper ending with all of this. I really do. Only because a couple of years ago, it really seemed like we were going in the direction of, like, there's going to be all these crossovers. This is going to happen here and there. We were getting into this bigger, larger world. We were seeing the Commonwealth and the Civic Republic, and we were all wondering what was happening. Like, this all seems really crazy. And yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see what happens, right? Like, this is the moment that all these things are supposed to be happening. So we'll have to see how 2023 plays out. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'll just say that. Now, to focus on some other things really quick here, I did want to talk about the ratings here for the finale. So I saw somewhere online that it was like 2 point something million. I think that might have been for US viewers on the same day, or I'm not entirely sure how they actually track that. But according to comicbook.com, and I will leave a link down below to the article, it does actually say, according to Variety, citing Nielsen's live +3 day data, Rest in Peace, the finale episode, obviously averaged 3.1 million total viewers, which was a 36% increase over the previous episode. So that right there is that's really, really nuts. I can't believe a 36% increase. Like, everyone tuned in for that last episode. And so if it was at like 3.1 million for that, I mean, I guess that if that was over 3 days, I mean, that's a huge increase over the previous episodes, a 36% increase, which the previous episode also had a pretty big increase from the previous episodes before that, right? So it's actually kind of insane to think of how big this finale was. I mean, if you're taking into consideration the people watching on AMC Plus and just kind of everything, like this was actually a pretty big finale. That's a lot of people watching it. Yeah, you're not going to have those same numbers as you did back in the day, but that's pretty big right there. Honestly, that's very big. And a lot of those people there watched really just to see how The Walking Dead ended. And what did we get there? We saw Rick and Michonne. And so those people who tuned in to check it out, I mean, obviously they're going to be very, very excited about what they saw, and very excited for the Rick and Michonne show, because so many people, I know a lot of people personally that just, they want to watch The Walking Dead, but they want to watch it with Rick. Like, they're so invested in that character. The second he left, they were kind of like, nah, I don't know anymore. Like, I don't know if I really care to watch it, which I find really crazy. And I think it's because I'm just a really big fan of all the characters in the story. I think it's because of the comic as well. There's definitely that aspect to it where I really want to see the story play out. I just want to see how these things wrap up, like really bad. So yeah, so really incredible for the finale. I'm really excited for that. I think a lot of those people are going to tune in for that Rick and Michonne show. We'll see how the other spinoffs do in terms of ratings and stuff like that, but that Rick and Michonne show definitely I think the ratings for that show are going to be higher than The Walking Dead season 11 and season 10, or it might be like a little bit between season 9 and season 10. I don't think it's going to be 6-7 million per episode in terms of like cable viewers or whatever, but I can see it being around 2 to 3 million. I think that probably sounds right? Like around 2 to 3 million. It's going to be a lot more than The Walking Dead because you're seeing Rick and Michonne. You know, there's a lot more excitement there for that story and stuff. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Definitely post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.